Well, fancy meeting you here.
I'm Jill.
I'm Steph.
And we are
the Bantering Banshees.
Late night lights and a mic turned on. History whispers, but it won't stay gone. Footsteps echo where the cold wind weaves. Two best friends chasing what no one believes. Cold spots, knock, shadows in the hall. Give your name, don't answer the call. We're the Bantering Banshees, laugh in the dark, digging up legends, striking the spark. Haunted and history tangled tight. Grab your flashlight, we're hunting tonight. Bantering Banshees, welcome to the front.
And we are welcomed by the Boo-foons mystery investigators.
Hello, Boo-foons.
Hello, Dan and Steve.
Hello.
Banshees.
No, it's lovely to be here on an investigation with you.
Oh,
Yes.
we are lucky to have you.
We're very happy to have more friends join us, listen to our bantering, which is our usual.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and usually it's just between her and I, so it's fun to get to add more people.
I know. We get to be a hot mess with y'all.
The energy levels, I've got to say, your energy levels are so high. It's amazing. I love it.
I'm still waiting for the scream and the wail, being banshees and everything,
That they're usually
We're more of a wheeze.
yeah, there's more of a very silent, can't breathe. There's actually a lot of instances of us not being able to breathe because we're laughing. The screams usually get edited out because one of us says something so wrong, the other one is like, what?
It's funny, we end up with a lot of that as well. I think a lot of our stuff gets cut out as well. I think Dan's
Exactly.
always chopping out what I say. I'm just, I'm that older generation, tends to say the wrong things too often, It's like, yeah.
We tend to keep ours in because we're like, if you don't like us, don't listen.
Yeah, we're like,
that's
if you're
perfect.
looking for historical accuracy and, fact checking, slide to the next one, because that's not us.
Well, we found out our most of our audience just like us because they like to go to sleep to us. So
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that means you have lovely voices.
Yeah.
I mean,
I just thought
very
it's so
relaxed.
boring.
Mhm.
We're just so boring. That's what it is.
No,
I think it's your voice tone. It's just very relaxing.
absolutely.
Yeah, a few people have told us that, they and it seems to be British men of a certain age that seem to be the ones that tell us that they'll put us on at bedtime to listen to us, and then they'll wake up the next morning, scroll back to the episode, the last thing they can remember, ready for the next day for going to bed. But then I'm the same
good
We have
with
a target group.
yeah. But then
Very
I'm
good
the
for our
same with
statistics.
Ray William Johnson on TikTok, when he was from YouTube. I listen to his true crime stuff to go to bed. So, yeah.
That's how I am with Morbid. It's one of my favorite podcasts, and I will fall asleep listening to an episode that I've already heard, and then I wake up and I'm like, "Oop, let's go all the way back," and then just start it over again. And I love it. Love them.
It is very good for the numbers, isn't it? When people could fall asleep, then go back to listen again.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Is that why we got that many downloads that day?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
right. That's what it was.
No, there's no one listening to us to go to bed because our cackling is
No.
going to wake you up.
Nobody. If anybody's listening to us to go to sleep, you've got problems.
Oh, they've got a
must-
screaming child at
Yeah.
home. That's the only.
Yeah.
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 Mhm.
I must admit, I haven't fallen asleep listening to one of your podcasts yet. One of the few I haven't fallen asleep to. Definitely been
good.
awake through them.
That's
Yeah,
good. 'Cause
I'm tempted to actually change my alarm from random music to being your podcast just to wake me up in the morning,
you get you out of bed, that's for sure.
I was going to say, ours gets
So-
you into bed, yours gets us out of bed. That was-
See? Balance.
It works.
balance in the force. That's it.
This is amazing. This is amazing.
The force is with us.
Oh, it's with some of you.
So we are doing our After Dark special. So we read personal encounters from real people who have had the shit scared out of them. And be free to come in whenever you want, interject. We do not ever usually get through an entire story without interjecting each other.
No.
Yeah.
No.
So should I go and get a spare pair of pants, just in case I do, mess myself?
Just if you hear something behind us.
Yeah. Yep. We just had an issue last recording where we weren't recording when it happened.
So we were recording
talking.
the last episode.
Yeah.
We had just finished talking about Ouija boards, and we were recording the next episode, and both of us just stopped for a second to like breathe because we were laughing so hard. And behind Steph, I hear someone go, "Yeah." And both of us just froze, and I'm like,
and just stared at each other.
And she's like, "Did that come from you?" And I'm like, "Nope." And I'm like, "You?" And she goes, "Nope." And so we were trying everything to debunk it, and I can't.
You still got that recorded, and you still got it recorded.
I actually haven't listened to the recording yet, so I have to listen to it while I'm editing it and see if it caught it.
I don't know if we actually caught it, but when it happened, we froze.
Yeah.
And we just locked eyes, and we were like waiting for the other person to say something. And she was like, "Was that you?" And I was like, No, that was you. And she was like, "No, it wasn't." And I was like, "No, that was you." Like I was trying to convince her it was her because I didn't want to believe it wasn't her. And I was like, "No, stop telling me no, it was you." Like,
that's kind of like when we went on a ghost hunt on the ghost hunt down at the Hitchin Museum, that when we experienced what we experienced, everyone kept saying, "That's got to be you. It's got to be your phone." It's like, no, we're all on flight mode. It's not our phones causing this interference.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody was just trying to find out whatever it could be to explain it. And it's like, no, it's not that.
Because unexplained is kind of scarier than not being able to be like, "Oh, no, it was this." Moving on.
Oh.
Yeah.
And you're saying about not necessarily listening back to the recording yet. Again, another experience I saw with a friend. We were driving down the moors in Devon, fog. There was no lights, no cars, and we saw this figure run across the road in front of us. It's in the middle of nowhere. There's no houses for miles. There was 8 foot, 10 foot high hedges either side of the road. Nothing could have come through, and it was arms and legs running past us. I filmed it on the dash cam, but I didn't look back at it, and I don't know why. We both saw it. And then when I finally went back to look at it, the dash cam just recorded over everything. It had gone. So by that point, so it didn't even get on the dash cam. So it didn't even store. Even though we pushed the button on it to save it, it didn't save any footage. It just kept recording over stuff.
That does tend to happen.
You said you were by the moors?
In the moors, yeah. So it's
like Ian and Myra, the serial killers, like where they hid the bodies?
No, different moors.
They're in Yorkshire. This is down Dartmoor. This is where Sherlock Holmes' Hound of the Baskervilles based. So that's where that is. So we're this is down by Devon. So that's that there.
I was gonna say, because they had some people that they never found the bodies for.
However, creepy.
A lot of that all over the place. The moors, there's so many ghost stories and legends. With Dan and myself, we went driving. Must have been about, I don't know, 15, 20 miles. We must have gone through like 30 different spots of different paranormal sightings.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Dartmoor, when you look at the paranormal map, Dartmoor is just there. Every single pub in the area has at least one ghost, and there's different stories. We did a whole special on Dartmoor, but we only scratched the surface. We could still do even more specials on Dartmoor about the stuff that's there. But you said about the serial killers on the Yorkshire moors. The Yorkshire Ripper, who you mentioned, was incarcerated in a prison not far from where I grew up. So at nighttime, because I grew up on the fens, which are very flat, at nighttime from my bedroom window, I could see the lights from the prison, and that's the prison where the Yorkshire Ripper was living.
Wow.
So I grew up literally in spitting distance of him. Yeah, there you go. But then again, that's quite a distance because Yorkshire is right up in the north, and I was brought up in the east.
Wow, that's the podcast I mentioned earlier, Morbid. They had covered the Moors murders, is what theirs was titled. But Ian and Myra, I think her name was.
Myra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What vile people. Oh my God. So when you said you were by the moors, and I was like, wait,
Yeah, no, different
Really?
wars, but there's lots of stories. I mean, I mean, I don't know what, like I said, how vile they were, but we think we now, and we got the Rose and what's her
oh
name, West.
God, those pieces.
What is
of-
it with people when you get partners, male and female together, the things they can do?
How did they
Yeah.
find each other?
Mhm.
How do you
Yeah.
find? I can't even find somebody just to date, and these people are finding somebody to murder with.
Yeah,
Like, what?
yeah.
What app are you going on that you're like, hey, want to bury a body tonight? Like,
Yeah.
ooh, sounds like a good time. Like, it's insane how
I
they
definitely
find each
think
other.
If you want to find a murderer, I think you've just got to look for somebody who says they're good at home improvements. Because so if somebody actually advertises they're really good at home improvements, very good at patios and putting in stud wall, then odds are they're going to
Really
be
good at making foundations.
Yeah,
That's
really
it, yeah,
good at
yeah.
laying down a flat concrete slab for no reason whatsoever. I'm your
in the middle of the
guy.
night when the neighbours aren't
Landscaping is
watching.
on
That's
point.
it.
Yeah,
Which
I
I-
know what plants to plant so they can't dig them up. Hey.
Yeah, that's how you find them.
Or
Oh
from
my
where
God.
I grew up, you just find a pig farmer. Because
Oh,
pigs
yes.
will eat
yeah.
Because
everything.
they'll eat anything.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah.
That's what makes them so tasty.
Oh, stop it.
It's all the
Oh,
all the
I
herbs and
love the
spices.
bacon. There was a serial killer who actually just recently died in jail, so rest in distress. He was a Canadian pig farmer who would go and he killed something like 99 sex
People.
workers.
Oh.
And there is a lot of belief that he did mix some of the parts with meat that he was bringing to the
Oh.
factory. Yeah.
Yes.
That happens a lot. Surprisingly, that's a lot. Killers mixing their meats with
Oh.
commercial meat.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but he just was killed in prison.
Oh.
So, yay.
Good.
There
He's
was-
in a
I
sleeping
don't-
station.
He's in a sleeping station.
I don't know if you heard recently that in the UK they're talking about the grooming gangs, basically the basic gangs who groom young girls, use them for sex, then kill. But then there's been killing them. So basically, it's a huge story in the UK, worth looking up. But apparently, one group was actually with the corpses, with the bodies, they were putting them with kebabs, making them into kebab meat. And that's and they've been doing this for years.
Oh my gosh.
And people in authority knew what they were doing. They were just letting them get away with it because of their influence. And they were actually mixing the bodies in with the kebabs. So certain parts of the country,
Ew.
people have been eating. It's a lot like Sweeney Todd, I guess, but they were doing it. This is
Yeah.
for real, what's being reported.
Yeah. And that
Yeah.
was what happened with this guy. Like they couldn't prove it, but there was a lot of belief that he was mixing these parts, and it like he was selling meat like to people around town. It was like 1990s, so it was very normal back then. Nobody was
Yeah.
Nobody was like, are you sure that's not a prostitute's foot in there? Like nobody was second guessing where they were getting their stuff.
There are people that would probably pay a lot of money for exactly that.
Oh, they
That's-
totally would.
Oh. I'd like that foot right there. That looks good.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
Can I
that's
have
good.
that foot in the no, second from the back?
Oh no,
Thank
no, no!
you.
Don't take the stocking off.
Yeah, no, leave the fishnet on. It's like cutting open a Christmas tree.
It's okay. It's free range. It's free range, steroid free. You're fine.
I killed this one myself this morning.
Fresh as you can get.
Oh my God, no, we're fine. We're not disturbed by any means.
No.
Yeah.
All right, so
All right, so we're
so
gonna.
here we go. We're just gonna skirt right back into it. Uh-huh.
All right. Let's try to be scared.
Let's try to read some spooky shit.
Okay. Tasty Warning says, I wanted to share the story because it was the last straw for me. Since I was a kid, I have heard noises in my house, footsteps, scratches, knocks, but I never gave them much credit. Here's a quick note. My sister and I are both very sensitive to these things, and we've always felt different auras, sensing things that aren't visible or audible. I guess you could say we're spiritual people. For as long as I can remember, I felt someone watching me. It always felt good, though, like a protective presence. But since this incident, everything changed.
I was gonna say, no, I do not want to feel like somebody is watching me.
I don't care if you're my grandpa or not.
But if it's like if you're not like, if you're like, oh, I feel like somebody's like watching over me, then that's different than feeling like, I always feel like somebody's watching me. Thank you.
From the corner near my TV.
Jill is very good at improving lyrics. They're never going to be the right lyrics, but she's very good at improving them.
The feeling turned heavy and cold. I have also...
Wait, what?
Sorry. I think it's just my contact. I have always had the strangest, most vivid nightmares. I've never met anyone whose dreams are even remotely like mine. Some traumatized me so much as a kid that I was scared to live. And scared to be alone. They weren't graphic in a typical horror way, but they existed in a logical, all on their own type of way, a different world with its own rules and atmosphere. When I sleep, I don't just dream, I travel somewhere else. So he's
astral projection.
Yeah. It's not really a dream.
No, that's like an ability.
Yeah.
You're more than just sensitive. Like, you're talented.
Yeah.
Is he going to the upside down?
Ooh.
No. So he's going to, what's it called?
Right side up.
No, what's it called in Insidious?
The other,
what's it called in Insidious?
Gosh. I feel like a failure right now.
I only watched the first one, and when I realized Beetlejuice / Darth Maul was in it, I didn't watch anymore.
You didn't like Darth Maul? I thought he was so good in that. The other side.
The other side.
Yeah.
The other side.
So it's like, it's when you go to the other side and you're like not like you're in the same.
You're in your world, but
like on the other side of the veil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen the figures from my waking life in these dreams, but sometimes it's as if they are there watching me through other people in this dreamscape. A strange face with familiar cold eyes, or a touch that isn't from the person touching me. I don't always have lucid dreams, but when I do, it's profoundly uncanny. It's profoundly uncanny. It feels less like I'm controlling the dream and more like someone or something is trying to use me, trying to get to the real world through me. So, astral projection. Astral, is that the word? Astral projection?
It almost sounds like possessing as well, doesn't it? If they're trying to use them to get into the world, it feels like they're trying to do the step through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because astral projection is just you seeing out like your body from the outside.
Right, but in Insidious, if he got far enough away from his body, they could enter his body.
No, they weren't entering his body. They were keeping his soul, his spirit away from his body, so he couldn't. So his body was useless. It was dying because his soul was away from his body.
I thought they explained that these people all wanted his vessel. Like his body was a vessel that they were trying to get to, and if they could get to it.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay.
So is this the same type of thing or different?
I don't know. I feel like it could be like possession too.
Absolutely. Especially if you feel like something's like trying to.
Trying to get in to be a part of the real world. Mm-hmm. Fuck that.
My sister has had sleep paralysis a few times, and during those episodes, she has actually seen the figures we both sense. It's different for me in sleep. For me, it's all deep, unsettling atmosphere of intrusion. When I wake up from these dreams, it's like someone else is speaking. My voice is my own, but the words aren't. So you're possessed. You're not.
Yeah, you're possessed.
Yeah. My mother has told me that my eyes look dead when it happens.
I was just thinking, just funny that, because my wife woke up the other night and we just said, "Are you okay?" And she just goes, "Woodlouse." That's the first thing she said, just woodlouse. Why do you say woodlouse?
Just make sure you stick a crucifix under her pillow tonight, just in case. Just be like, in case you feel that, it's for your safety. I love you.
Woodlouse. Yeah, so people, just wake up, say random words. It can be done.
Crazier things have happened.
It was definitely my voice, but it wasn't my words.
You're like, is Woodhouse like the safe word? Was I supposed to know this? She's like, Woodhouse, Woodhouse.
I finally find out. Yeah, that's it.
You're like, oh, right. I was supposed to help you.
Oh.
Sorry,
my bad. I was asleep.
So here's the incident that changed everything. I was asleep when I suddenly woke up to the sound of a man's sigh. It was very weak, almost ghostly, like the last breath someone takes before they go. I got up to check if my parents were home, but I was alone. I even thought it might have been my dog, but he was all the way on the other side of the house, too far for me to hear that. At the time, I didn't think much of it until the next day, an older male relative passed away. At first, I didn't connect the two events, but what happened later made me reconsider. A few weeks afterwards, I was listening to music at 3 a.m. when suddenly one side of my body went completely cold. I started shivering, and then I felt the frantic breathing of an older woman, fast and hard, like someone fighting for their life. I didn't just hear it, I felt it on my skin. This was the first time it had ever gotten physical. I was alone in my room, and even though I've dealt with paranormal things before, this terrified me. The next morning, we found out my grandmother had been rushed to the hospital, seriously ill. That's when the fear really set in, but it got worse. The next night, exhausted, I went to bed. While I was sleeping, someone tried to pull me out of the bed by my shoulders. I turned around and saw no one. You'd think I would have panicked, but I was so tired, I just told it to fuck off and fell back asleep.
That's how you handle that. That's how you handle that.
I could never.
I ain't got time for this.
Ain't nobody got time for your
Ain't nobody got time for this shit. I will talk to you in the morning.
I've heard things before, but ever since that night, the presence in my room has become overwhelming and sinister. I see shadows and hear noises more clearly than ever. Over time, I've started to understand that it's not just one thing. There are three distinct presences: a tall man, a kind old woman, and another woman who feels purely evil. Recently, I finally talked to my sister about all of this. We weren't close growing up, so we'd never discussed it before. It turns out that she has experienced the exact same things. She feels and sees the same three figures that I do. We have a theory that it might be connected to the town we live in, but that's a whole other story. When I come back to my parents' house and enter my old room, it's different. I don't just feel spiritually that something is wrong. I sometimes feel physically ill. A sudden heaviness, a chill that sits in my bones. It's no longer just a feeling. There are nights now where I can't even open my eyes because I feel someone staring at me and it's too terrifying to look.
No.
No.
So is this happening in more than one location, or is it multiple rooms?
It's just
one bedroom,
his
one house?
family home. Yeah.
Okay. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they didn't want to come on the show, but they have a room. When they were growing up, there was a room in a house, and they wouldn't sleep in that room. They wouldn't sleep in that room. They were there for 7 years, and they slept in the hallway for 7 years because they wouldn't sleep in their bedroom. Every time they tried to sleep in their bedroom, something physically would attack, even though there was nothing there. This guy will not talk about it publicly. He was just telling me, but said he won't talk to anyone else. He hasn't. But until they moved house, this one room had whatever happened in this room. He was outside in the hallway. One day, his dad made him sleep inside the room, and he ended up having bruises and bites and scratches on his body.
Oh my
And
God.
he lived outside, slept outside, and apparently he said even though he's another person, we're speaking quite a few people who don't believe in this stuff rationally, but he could not sleep in this room for 7 years. That was his bedroom. And nobody would sleep in this room. Apparently, he tried to get his brother in there. Nobody would. He slept in there one night in 7 years. So he slept in the hallway. Sometimes, and it was real. I mean, talking to him, he wasn't obviously making this up. It felt so genuine that he did this utter fear of even talking about it. He said it just he doesn't talk about it for the fact he thinks it might come back at him. It might follow him to wherever he is now as an adult.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, and sometimes you hear this, and if it's just one location, and especially if the person's sister was having the same dreams, the same people. If it's all in the same place, I would say get out of that room.
Yeah.
Make it a daytime off. Make it, I don't know, just stay away from it. And I think
Oh,
it just sounds like
scary.
it's a location, and it does sound like it. I often talk to people who have these experiences in a room, and it's just that room. And it's so real. This sounds real from what they're saying. It doesn't just sound like night terrors. It doesn't just sound like sleep paralysis. It sounds far deeper than that. Especially if it's affecting two people at the same time.
Yeah, I would say that's more evil than.
Yeah.
Now, my one of my other friends, her husband's house that he grew up in, is haunted, and she has experienced things because she would stay over there when they first started dating, and the things that his sister has told him about in that she experienced in her room in that house. She wants us to go and investigate it so badly. But there is a
sorry, bug.
Listen, there's a bug still here. There is like their upstairs has like a living room, and then there's 2 bedrooms off of that and a bathroom, and then a small hallway to 2 other rooms. And the room that is like pretty much right across from the family area was her husband's sister's room. And the things that she talks about, waking up to her closet door opening, her child used to sleep in there when she was older, and the things that he would say he would see and feel, and like it was that room specifically that there was like this negativity surrounding it. There's other times in the house where like you didn't feel alone, but you didn't feel negative, but this room specifically did. And that's what that kind of brings up, is like it wasn't like a whole house necessarily, but
just
a specific room, and what that like can carry.
Definitely say to them to get cameras up, video it, get cameras. We need to see this room, what happens.
Absolutely.
Technology is there.
It's like that dude on YouTube that I remember you showing me a few years ago, Steve. The guy who had all the cameras set up and all the things being knocked over in his house and all of that all the time. Yeah. I can't remember the YouTube channel now, but you showed it to me, Steve.
Mellow Bird.
That's it.
Mellow Bird.
Mellow Bird. but definitely I would. Yeah, I know how. I've never had sleep paralysis, but my sister and my daughter had sleep paralysis once or twice, and just when you hear about it, it sounds absolutely terrifying.
It sounds so scary.
No, my son's father had it a couple of times, and one of the first times I remember him having it was the very first night we were home with our son, and of course we were sleeping downstairs on the couches because new parents. We were like, put him in the pack and play. Don't let him out of your sight. So we were sleeping downstairs, and I remember hearing him. He has a history of talking in his sleep, so there's plenty of times where like he'll speak Polish, and I'll be like, great, I don't understand you, good night. And so I remember hearing him like moaning, kind of like uncomfortably, but he was also on the smaller of our 2 couches, so I was like, oh, he's got like a leg cramp or something. Wake up in the morning, and he tells me no, he was moaning because he was trying to get me to wake him up, because he was having sleep paralysis, and he saw a figure being his father sitting on our steps at like 3:00 in the morning, which is not. And then his father stood up and walked down the steps and started walking towards his end of the couch, and that was when he woke up. But I was like, okay, kind of glad I didn't wake up, because like I don't want.
You might have seen it.
Back to bed. I don't want any part of that. Like
he was totally coming for you.
Yeah, I was like, he was locked in. I was not a part of it. But yeah, it sounds absolutely terrifying, and it's something that scares me to this day. Like if I would ever wake up in sleep paralysis, I don't know what I would do. I would die.
Yeah,
I would just die.
The other thing I would suggest for these people was to check carbon monoxide in the house.
Yes.
Because if you've got like a leak of any kind of gas, carbon monoxide from your boilers or over, that can cause hallucinations, bad sleep patterns. Used to live in a house, very old house, 15th century. It was 16th century. It was the Admiral of the Fleets in Plymouth. They could see over the Plymouth Harbour, and everybody telling us the house is haunted. Everybody who lived there before, the house is haunted. Have you seen the ghost yet? It's like we hadn't seen anything. Our dog used to sit and watch things come up and down the stairs, and just like really paid attention to things that weren't there. But he used to sleep downstairs in the basement. He just liked it. Turned out we had a carbon monoxide leak in the basement, and he could have been hallucinating. But when we finally got the alarms went off, and this old house could have been leaking carbon monoxide. Worst case scenario, it kills you in your sleep. Best case scenario, you hallucinate.
Best case scenario, you think you have a haunted house. It's not that big of a
That's
deal.
it, yeah.
Worst case scenario, you become the thing in the haunted house.
Yeah. Win-win
Worst case
situation.
scenario, you make that real and you haunt that shit.
Yeah.
And you just go around going, check your detectors.
That's it. Yeah.
This is not
So
a hallucination.
Yeah, so definitely get a carbon monoxide detector up in that room as well. That's the other thing.
Yeah, I think so. That might be a rational idea.
That's what you want anyway. You don't want any of that stuff to be real. I mean, if it was,
No.
yeah.
No, I don't
But
like.
I would love
dark
to stay in a
figures.
room like that. I would pay money to sleep in a room like that. I don't get scared. Nothing scares me. And all the places we've been, I just don't fear. And I just want to go to a place I feel scared.
And
The
I wanna
haunted
take
places
him
we've been
somewhere
to.
where we can scare him.
I want to take him to the S.K. Pierce mansion.
Oh, I would love
Have
to
him
take
sleep
him.
in the basement.
And
I just
Oh,
I know
Oh.
something that does scare you.
clowns.
Yes, so I would just dress as a clown and just jump out at you.
I don't get scared by clowns. I just get violent around. I want to punch them because I'm more likely to punch a clown than run away. Yeah,
That's your fight or
that's it.
flight, and you're like, get the fuck away from me.
Yeah. So it's really a fear for being prosecuted, end up in
Yeah.
prison. That's
that makes
next
sense.
to the Yorkshire Ripper. That was it.
He's like, I'm just really scared of the retaliation, so
That's it.
it's not really the clown. It's more like what I have to deal with afterward.
Can you imagine? You're in prison. What are you in for? I just punched a clown.
That you all stay in the same ward because you all just punched a clown. They're like, they have support groups. They meet on Wednesdays.
And then there's a clown just down the road where it's just still pulling out handkerchiefs from its nose to emulate the blood.
Yes, exactly. You punch him, he coughs up a balloon animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, clowns. But no, yeah.
All right.
But talking about being scared on our ghost hunt, do you remember me jumping at the Victorian child ghost that jumped out at me?
Yeah, Dan saw a Victorian child ghost and he was absolutely terrified. I just sat there and watched.
Yeah. So I had an infrared camera, so night vision camera, and I walk in, and so this museum that we went in, it was a historic school, had been around for many, many, many years. And we're walking around, we were told that in this area there was ghosts of children and also potentially a teacher. And I walk into this room, we've got all the lights off, so it's completely pitch black. You can only see through the viewfinder of the camera. And I go into this room, and as I scan the room, looking around to see what's there, a Victorian ghost, it was a boy, very clear, jumps out of nowhere. And I was like, ah! I actually screamed and jumped a little bit. And then I noticed that this ghost was frozen. And I was like, that's a bit weird. So I then get the torch out of my pocket, go, tick, tick, turns out it was a black and white photograph on the wall of some Victorian school children
Life-
standing
life
in the
size, yeah.
playground. And like life size, of showing what clothing they were. So this ghost that made me jump was just a black and white photograph on the wall. And then and then Steve was in the next room, and I
I
just
was
hear
actually
him
in
go,
that room, sitting in the corner, watching you with my night vision goggles on, just
I-
chuckling.
yeah. And I think, didn't you say something along the lines of, I knew you as somebody was going to jump do that?
Oh
Yeah, just sit
my
there
god.
waiting for them to jump at it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Remember when we were in Herkimer? We were on the second floor of the house,
Mhm.
and we started setting up. And then what was it?
Nick and Maggie walked. Oh, so we're like in the.
Wait, so you got to. So okay, so we were investigating in New York, and it was a jail, but then we also went to the house, a house that
It was like the mayor's house or something.
yeah, and it had like a lot of historical stuff. Actually, it was all historical stuff. It was great. When you first walked in, this was earlier, Jill and I had a conversation about what would be scarier to see, either a headless corpse or just a floating head. And I was like, I'm so down to see a floating head.
No,
But,
you wanted to see the headless person.
oh, no, because I thought I changed my answer.
Yeah, you said I'd rather see a headless person, and I said, really?
Oh,
I'd
yes.
rather see a floating head. Just
Yeah, because she kept making it all whimsical. I'm like, this isn't a Disney movie. It's not like the floating head's gonna be like Zalakapoo. Like, it's not doing that. So we walk in, and then like 2 steps in, we were like, oh, this place feels really heavy, really weird, very creepy. And I walk in and I turn, and there's this enormous room, and in 2 of the 4 corners are headless mannequins in white Victorian dresses. And I instantly turned around and went, okay, that changed my answer. And there were these headless mannequins everywhere. It made this place absolutely terrifying.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
oh, it was so bad. So then we go upstairs. And we're like, okay, let's try and do like some EVP or whatever. And then that's when Nick and Maggie came up, because the hallway off the room.
So it was just one long hallway, and then there was rooms that just shot off of it.
But
so,
there were portraits in the hallway.
Yeah.
So that's why it was like, oh, person. You were like,
So we're just sitting there getting everything ready, and Nick and Maggie walk by, and I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Because we couldn't hear them coming, and like we had our flashlight
And
going.
so you just see these people just slowly walking by,
and like there's very little light, and I'm just over in the corner with the headphones on, and I just see Jill go, oh my god. And I was like, what? And we have video of her like getting startled and being like, oh my god. But it was and now they're 2 of our very good friends that we are going investigating with next weekend, and we're so excited.
My advice: get everybody just to wear a bell, wear a
Yes.
bell or something, so you can hear when they're coming. You know, at least you get a bit of warning.
That's what I say all the time.
Yeah.
I am always like, put a bell on her. Like
Yeah,
anytime we lose somebody, I'm like, you need a bell. Oh man. Well, on that note, let's go to our next story, which is by Brinks. So thanks, Brinks. And this says, I watched my spirit leave my body. That is astral projection. Not really sure exactly what this was. I just told you it's astral projection. But it started after a long day of school. I got home feeling exhausted as ever, going straight into my room to take a much needed nap after a day of classes. I didn't even change out of my school uniform, just flopped into bed. I remember laying on my back over the covers while tilting my head upward to the left. My bed was in the right corner of the room at the time. Slowly, the drowsiness took over completely, drifting out of consciousness. But for some reason, I guess my eyes never closed when I fell asleep. Suddenly, I felt as if I was in some sort of time-warped realm. Everything felt like it froze, and my heart began pounding through my chest. Looking around from the room, I panicked. Wake up, I remember chanting in my head. It felt as if weight was holding me. Then that's when things started getting really weird because the first part wasn't weird enough.
Now we're getting weird.
Hold on to your butts. I saw myself roll out of bed and stand in front of the bed facing the wall away from me. I was staring at the back of myself while still being trapped in the sleep spell it felt like. That's when I began freaking out completely. The ghost of me, or whatever you want to call it, began slowly walking away from me. My chest felt heavier and heavier, thinking I've witnessed my spirit leave my body. Still frantically glancing around, I couldn't speak or move. I was stuck just staring at what appeared to be me. The figure of me turned around, facing my way, looking and eerily smiling, sort of.
No,
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 no.
no. If
Mm-mm.
I get out of my body and
No.
turn around and smile at me,
No.
it is not me.
I don't care if it's a smirk. Wipe that shit off your face. No.
And be like, Stephanie, what did I tell you?
And I'm like,
Yeah,
nothing.
smiling is creepier, isn't it? Smiling is
It's-
much creepier than
yeah.
anything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Not in a harmful, okay, looking and eerily smiling, sort of, not in a harmful way, just very unpleasant. My chest felt as if it was going to explode out of anxiety. The figure crept towards me. Why are they creeping? Fuck. The figure crept towards me, looking as if it were growing in length with every step closer it took. This figure of myself hovered directly in front of me beside my bed for what felt like an eternity, not saying a word, just watching me.
Yeah.
Totally panicked, not knowing what to do. I kept screaming and yelling for help, but my mouth was glued shut. I was aching in fear, but nobody could hear my cries. That's when the figure, or myself, reached over me in a bent over position, practically breathing on me. My body literally could not take it anymore. I screamed and screamed to wake up until suddenly my body was let free. Holy shit!
No, that's like the crooked man coming
This is
like at you.
It's like the bent neck lady.
Ooh, ooh.
It's the bent neck lady.
Ooh. You're right.
Oh, shit. No. That was sleep paralysis. That's
Yeah.
no.
Mm-mm.
I jolted up in relief, drenched in sweat or piss. Wouldn't be surprised if I wet myself after this horrific encounter. We appreciate the honesty.
Yeah.
I felt my heart racing. I ran out of my room so fast, looking for my mom or dad to try and explain what I had just experienced. I know this isn't a ghost story, but it felt like I felt like sharing this really weird experience. I still think about it to this day, although it happened nearly 5 years ago. Why did I see myself? And why did it feel so real and terrifying at the same time? Was this just another sleep paralysis experience? Yes. Yes. I need answers. I just gave it to you. Side note, I've always had night terrors growing up. Oh my God, then you were fucked from the beginning.
You were fucked.
I'm sorry.
You were fucked.
I've always.
This poor kid is like, I just wanted answers. Why do you have to be so mean?
I'm just giving them to you. You were fucked. I've always had night terrors growing up as a kid. My mom has many disturbing videos of me sleeping and sitting upward and crying my head off. Why are there videos?
Why is your mom like, get the camera, get the camera?
Yeah, she's like, oh, put this on America's Funniest Home Videos. This will be
He's
great.
at it again.
Oh, Timmy. Jesus. Growing up, I've always felt as if there was an entity attached to me of some sort. Not friendly by any means, if that makes sense. Of course it does. I was always too scared to sleep in my bedroom because it felt as if I was always watched. Usually whenever I would be on the brink of falling asleep, something would knock me back awake, leaving me terrified.
You see, for me,
Yay!
the context there at the very beginning of getting home from school
Yeah.
and not even getting out of their uniform and just slumping into bed immediately says to me, well, they were exhausted. If they've come home from school, they're probably stressed. It could be exam period time as well, where they've got exams coming up. They've got all of those hormones pumping around their body. They're highly stressed out. Because kids do get quite stressed about exams, don't they? Even adults get stressed about tests.
Yeah.
And then add on exhaustion. you are naturally going to end up having these weird dreams, these weird feelings, because the brain does these weird things. But then on top of that, with the whole paralysis and lots of people talking about experiences with ghosts and things with sleep paralysis tied into it, it all sort of feels like, were they just stressed and in a state of distress anyway, and exhaustion, and that was what caused this thing to happen? Or is there something more there? Is it, like you said, the the astral projection there and the sleep paralysis to come with it? Yeah. But for me, I sort of immediately, and I guess this goes back to one of the guests that we had on, who has seen loads of ghosts. I don't, this is on our podcast, has seen loads of ghosts, doesn't believe in ghosts, but he hates it when you put things in a box and start to explain something. And to me, that feels like something that can possibly be explained because of mental health at the time. But
Definitely.
you know, I might be wrong. It might be linked to ghosts or something spooky at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well,
You're
damn,
right,
there's the
Wendy.
teacher in him.
Right? Thank you, teacher.
But you're right. I mean, since leaving school quite a few years ago, I haven't had a dream about going to school naked anymore. I forget to put my clothes on. That happened when I was in school. Those anxiety
Right.
dreams that you never would have. Yeah,
True.
so
Yeah.
there is so much stress of going through school. That time of your
Yeah.
life is
Mhm.
there's so much going on in your body and your brain. So it can
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Well, I certainly remember at secondary school, I suffered quite a lot from nosebleeds, and I was having nightmares quite frequently. And at the moment I left and went on to college and then university, and like you said, since being an adult, the only times I've had a nosebleed have either been it's been too
you got hit.
hot or
Mhm.
I've been hit. That's it. Nightmare wise,
All the
I
time.
haven't had.
I was gonna say, which
How often do you
which
get
of those happen more often?
Dan's an MMA fighter, you can tell.
Yeah, just my physique here. Pow, pow, pow. Yeah,
He's like, I'm
Wait.
very agile.
yeah. We mentioned Jackie Chan before recording. You know, I'm actually the
Yes.
British Jackie Chan. You know,
I knew it.
yeah, definitely. More like sumo wrestler with my physique.
Hey, nobody said you had to be good with your hands. All you gotta do is body slam and they're down. That's effective.
Yeah.
That works.
Mhm.
But yeah, also depends how much I've been drinking. Depends on how much I've been hit. You know, depends what I've said to people. Yeah. No, funny enough, my mum. There's three
Where's
of
this
us.
going? I don't-
No, I'm the oldest. It's on the whole being hit thing. My
okay.
mum
The whole
reckons, because
being
there's
hit thing.
it's three brothers. I'm the oldest of three. And my mum to this day claims that if the three of us were out in a pub together, she would 100% imagine that I'm the one that said something to upset somebody and has got somebody about to hit them. My middle brother is the one that's there trying to protect and stop the fight from happening. And my youngest brother has already ran out the door because he's terrified and doesn't want to be involved. That's how my mum imagines the three of us as people. But it's not my fault. I just... People tell me that I shouldn't lie. I tell the truth, and then people don't like it when I tell them the truth. It's not my fault, you know. It's
No.
other people's fault.
Correct, because they can't handle, in the words of Jack
Mhm.
Nicholson, you can't handle the truth. And they really can't. So
All right, so we have two options. We can
Okay.
either keep reading these or we can play the game.
let's do the game.
Okay.
Or both at the same time.
Oh, I'm gonna read and play the game.
Well, she just ripped the game, so
No, it's fine.
we might go back to reading.
It's fine.
Um,
So I actually had this game curated for us, so I get to play because I don't know any of the answers. I have no idea what's going on in this game. So we are grouping together. So me and Steph are a group, and we have to make a decision together, and you two have to make a decision together. And we will see who
Okay.
stays alive and who doesn't.
Oh God, I'm so bad at staying alive.
Yeah, but you have me this time. Maybe it'll be okay.
Oh, is this
I'll
like
make us run in
those? Is this like those videos where you have to choose a room in the house and then an animation thing goes around, and if you're still alive at the end, is it like that sort of thing?
I
No, by the look of it, no. would say
No,
not.
by the looks of those
No.
faces, no. No.
Don't
That-
think
that-
about it.
It's just a choice to the death. Like,
Okay.
There's no fun. Yeah, sorry. We're not that good.
so group 1, Steph and Jill. Group 2, the Boo-foons. You must agree internally before answering. So you two have to agree on your decision. We have to agree on our decision. Hopefully we're the ones that live. So I'm going to read the scene. You're going to convene with yours. I'm going to convene with mine. We're going to figure out where we want to go, and we'll see who stays alive. Tonight, 2 groups stand before Blackwell Manor. The house has been empty for decades, yet the lights are still on. Locals say the house doesn't trap everyone. It watches, it listens, and it decides who deserves to leave. The front doors open on their own, and both groups step inside as the door slams shut behind us. The foyer is massive, a chandelier sways overhead, and 3 hallways stretch out left, right, and straight ahead. Somewhere in the house, something laughs. Do you call out, stay silent and listen, or move deeper into the house immediately? Convene.
So we're listening or going further into the house.
I would listen a bit longer.
We gotta move.
Whereas I would just try the door
Because if
behind
we're
us
down
and
the
run
stairs,
away.
You gotta move up the stairs.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't do that, Dan. That's running away is not good for the start.
Yeah, but then I
I
can go to the
mean-
pub and have a beer.
I'm going with their group.
Yeah, sorry, we've left you alone in the house. Well, I have. I've gone to the pub around the corner. I'm
That's
having
not
a beer.
an option.
That's
It is
not A, B,
now.
or C.
It is now.
Okay.
No, we're I think Steve said we're what we doing, sorry?
Just listening a bit longer, just to get an idea what's been said.
Yeah. Well, okay. Mhm.
We're gonna move. All right, so you guys hear breathing, close, slow, deliberate. Something is already near you. We avoid the voice, and the footsteps begin following us up the stairs.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah. We should move. We should move.
Multiple entities. That's what I like.
Oh, nice.
All right. So we both end up in identical parlors lined with mirrors. Your reflections lag just a half a second behind you. One reflection smiles. Do you smash the mirror, cover the mirror, or keep watching? Convene.
I kind of want to just keep watching, see what's going to happen next. But
Yeah, I don't like to smash the mirrors. That's bad luck.
I don't want it.
yeah, 7 years bad luck, isn't it?
Yeah,
What if we cover it?
Mm.
So we can't see it.
yeah. I would definitely want to see. I wouldn't want to cover it.
That's true.
Yeah.
Can we cover it? Okay.
It's better to see what's happening. The worst things happen when you can't see it.
So you're just going to watch?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
going to watch, yeah.
All right. We're going to cover. So if we cover, the whispering stops, but something laughs behind us. This is what I get for listening to you. Damn it. You guys see something personal in your reflections, and the house learns what scares you the most.
Clowns. I can told it that.
And if anyone jokes with them, the house doesn't find that funny.
Definitely a clown then.
Scene 3. A staircase splits the house. Upstairs glows with candlelight. Downstairs smells damp and metallic. Do you go up the stairs, down the stairs, or stay put? Going down the stairs. We're going down.
Up the stairs.
Yeah, well, metallic is blood, isn't it? That's what
Yeah.
blood smells like and tastes
Yeah.
like. So yeah, I'm not going to the blood.
So you're gonna go up the stairs?
Damp and bloody. I think I'll stay upstairs. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the warmth feels comforting, but false. Something's waiting for you.
Ooh.
We go down the stairs, and one of us steps into something wet, but no one asks what it is.
Sniff it. Go on.
Scene 4. A door slams shut. Each group is now locked into a room. Something moves inside the walls. Do you bang on the door and shout to get out, search the room, or sit quietly and wait?
Can we sit quietly and wait?
Well, I don't want to bang because that would draw attention to where we are.
Yeah, I'd say search the room quietly.
Yeah.
I say we sit quietly.
Okay.
Search the room. I think we'll search.
So we're all okay. So you guys are searching the room?
You were searching
All right,
the room.
and we're sitting quietly. All right. So with you guys, you end up finding writing that is carved into the wall that says only one group leaves. We sit quietly and wait, and whatever is in the walls gets closer, and we can hear breathing behind us. The final scene. Both groups enter the same long hallway. At the end is the front door. It's open, and the cold night air spills in. The house speaks inside all of our heads, saying, I will let one group leave. Do you run for the door, offer yourselves willingly, or refuse to play?
Well, we already know, so we've already left. You're the ones in the corridor. We already know that only one group could leave. We've already gone, so there's no choice for us to make. We've left you behind.
I would have said I would offer myself to play.
Yeah.
You would go for the door?
Why wouldn't you?
Because it's a trick.
Oh,
Duh.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched Scooby-Doo?
yes. But the door.
You run out of one door, straight in through
Alright,
another
so what
door.
are we doing?
Yeah, that's-
You know what? Fuck this. I ain't playing.
Yeah, I said we refuse to play. I said
All
we
right.
put our foot down.
So they offer themselves and we're refusing.
Nice.
Okay. So if you offer yourselves, the other group escapes clean. Oh, we escaped clean. The offering group is never seen again.
Oh,
Yes, we
That's
get to live in a
harsh.
haunted house.
yeah.
We get to live in Scooby-Doo's house.
We win.
Well, you don't, because we
What
now
happened?
haunt you.
The house
Yes.
grows quiet. It is
No,
satisfying.
wait, you didn't. You have to tell them what happens to us.
Oh,
Because
we were supposed
because
to.
we refused to play. What?
If one group runs while the other hesitates, the runners escape. The other group is trapped inside forever. Yeah, right. So,
No.
yeah, so we won.
So Dan was right. Basically, being a coward, we would have won.
But if
Dan
we
was-
had, if we
You-
had refused, the house would have chosen. One group would have still escaped. So either way, we escape. We win.
Finally,
Do you
We're
know
the
what, Dan?
final girls. Woo!
Do you know? But what Dan says is right, though. If I was going to go, I would like to be in a haunted house and be part of that. It would be awesome.
Yeah.
that
I
I
don't-
would be down with.
I think that's
I-
far more interesting than going upstairs or downstairs, depending on people's beliefs.
Yeah.
I'd rather hang around.
Yeah, I now get to do things like, make scratching noises and
Yeah, breathe heavily
Yeah.
behind you when you don't know where you're.
Exactly.
and I can do a good demon voice.
That's just your normal voice, Dan. Just
Yeah.
do your Norfolk accent. That's good enough for that.
That's gonna be my new alarm.
You're gonna wake up, Jill.
Chill. Wake up.
Do it with your Norfolk accent, Dan. Come on. This is it. Come on.
I can't. I don't know if I can do the demon. Jill, wake
Just
up.
do it.
I can't do it with the demon voice. Jill, wake. No, I can't do it now. I can't do it
It sounds
now.
like a leprechaun. Jill Weagle.
Yeah.
Performance
get
anxiety.
Right.
It's
Jill,
performance
it's time.
anxiety.
Jill, it's time for you to wake up. Come on, gal. Wake up now. Come on,
Come
Jill.
on,
It's time
shut-
for you to wake up, gal. Come on. Jill, wake up. No, that's what. I can't do the demon voice and my Norfolk voice at the same time.
Oh
This is
my
what we've
Jesus.
established. Yeah, you see,
I
you've
get
invited
sleep
us onto.
paralysis after that.
Yeah, you've invited us onto your podcast, and we've now just absolutely destroyed it.
No,
Um,
this
yeah,
has
it's
been
now.
amazing.
Oh,
Yeah.
this was so much fun.
It was.
And we
thank
get
you.
to live in Scooby Doo's house.
And you
You
get to live
did.
in Scooby-Doo's house. That's amazing.
As long as it's Zombie Island, that's the one I want. That's where the real ghosts were.
That
Exactly.
right.
Yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
knows.
Yeah, Zombie Island. That's it. 1 and 2, best ones.
Well, this has been fun.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much to the Boo-foons mystery investigating. We are so grateful for you guys coming on and playing along and keeping up with us.
And make sure
Well-
you go and check them out. because we're also on their podcast.
Yes, we did a little, you scratch my back, I scratch yours today.
But make sure you just go and listen to them in general because they are absolutely
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good. And apparently a great set of guys to fall asleep listening to. So you can wake up in the morning and start all over.
Wake up with us, fall asleep with them.
There you go.
Thank you so much. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's
Really,
been brilliant.
appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
It's been brilliant to meet you. I listened to your podcast a few times, seen you in social media. We've interacted, but yeah, it's actually nice to be able to sit and chat and actually do something like this for a change.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
awesome.
Mhm.
It's very
So thank
cool.
you.
You're welcome.
And if we ever head over to New England, I'll give you a shout. You can show
And
me
if
the
we
sights.
ever head over to England, we'll give
Yeah.
you
To OG
Yes.
England, we'll
Yeah.
give you a
Yeah.
shout. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you want to come stay in Plymouth, I'm sure we can sort some rooms out. We've got enough space here.
Oh,
So you
that'd
wouldn't
be
have to worry about
cool.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
That would be, oh my gosh, that'd be so great.
Yeah.
So that is it for us today, you guys. We will see you all again.
And as always,
Please and thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so